attracts like. And so if you feel poor, you will never, ever, ever change your state of frequency. You will never, ever get there. And a lot of people will say, like, when I'm more financially stable, then I'll be able to do this thing, or then I'll be able to do that thing. And that's in essence an energy of a low vibrational frequency. So the most important thing is that you feel good and you stop screwing yourself over. Okay, because the reason that we stay stuck in vibrational alignment of where we are is because we have these beliefs that don't serve us. So if you're constantly thinking thoughts that don't serve you and running limiting beliefs in your mind, thoughts become words, become actions. Okay, so your thoughts are literally translating into, now you're speaking out words. And people around you, there's people around you that are on very high vibrational frequencies. There are people who have a lot of money, and all of those people have opportunities for you. And you have the potential to be one of those very, very successful business owners. So the thing is, you just keep screwing yourself over. And I'm saying you as in me, because as I'm talking to you, I'm coaching myself as well. And this is the practice. This is the neural network that I've been running in my mind my entire life. And so when I moved to LA, I didn't have anything. I moved myself completely to LA. I've had no help from anyone. Even to this day, I still pay my way for everything that I do. And I am so proud of that, because I grew up with many limiting beliefs around money. There's never enough. There's never enough. There's never enough. Oh, we have to be careful. Oh, we have to, tighten the pockets, tighten up the wallet, go on a budget freeze, those types of things. Those were the limiting beliefs. Those were the stories that I felt that I needed to really be able to harness the power of, so that I could save money and be in a better financial state. And then I started learning about the law of attraction, and it's completely opposite of what everybody tells you. And guess what? If you're listening to financial advice from people who are not financially stable or abundant, then you're getting your advice from the wrong people. Because if you are constantly in a fear-based mindset, feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that, and it's just this essence and energy of not being able to have anything and feeling like there's never enough, there's never enough, there's never enough, you will stay stuck in that vibrational frequency, right? So we know there's different vibrational frequencies. Vibrational frequency of money is very, very high, and we all deserve it. And there's more than enough to go around. This is law. Okay. So the second you start thinking a thought of, I don't have enough money for this or that thing, you are lowering your vibrational frequency, and you are in essence fucking yourself over. So you have to stop doing that. You have to stop telling it like it is if you want it to change. Okay. So there I was in LA, sleeping on the floor of my studio apartment that I shared with a friend, no job. I didn't have a job for 3 months. And then after 3 months, then I got multiple jobs. I was working retail, I was working at Press Juicery, and I was teaching yoga. And I was running myself ragged. I was working so, so hard, but I always remembered to keep the magic, because I was practicing this. And it's always saying to yourself, I'm a rich bitch. I'm a rich bitch. Walking around not being able to afford a lift or a car, I am a rich bitch. I am a rich bitch. Over and over and over again. Because guess what? If I was going to stay in that same vibrational frequency, I would still be working to the bone for someone else's dream. And if you don't decide to appoint yourself, you will do the same thing forever. And you will stay stuck in that vibrational frequency. So you guys already pretty much understand a lot about the law of attraction, because we talk about it all the time as far as your body goes. It's the same exact laws. It's the same laws. They're universal. They're very simple, but they're very hard to do, because our neural network is built to say that we can't have the things. Okay. So I want you to start noticing this week, all of your journal prompts inside of the sisterhood are going to be money and law of attraction based. So they are going to provoke you to have to think about how you can speak from your highest good, your highest vibrational frequency. How can you show up and speak to yourself in a way that's going to yield you to getting to where you want to go? Because if you keep talking to yourself in the same way, and you keep telling it like it is, and you keep telling the same story that you've been telling your entire life, you cannot expect anything to change, because you aren't doing anything differently. And you are holding yourself hostage in vibrational alignment with what you don't want. Okay. So you have to first, like always, figure out what you want. Okay. What do you want? I want financial stability. Perfect. Now, the most important thing is feeling like you already have it. Okay. So I want you to play the vibrational spending game. Okay. You're going to spend vibrational money. You're going to pretend you have like $1 million in your pocket. You're going to visualize your bank account super, super thick. Okay. You're going to visualize all of your investments going to the moon. And then you're going to walk around, and no matter what shows up, no matter what things come up, no matter what anyone says, like, someone says, oh, there's this event or this vacation or whatever the thing is. If someone says something to you like that, please, please, please don't screw yourself over by saying, oh, I wish I could, but I can't afford that. Do you know how low vibrational frequency that is? It's so low. It's such a turnoff. You have to be conscious of the way that you're showing up. You have to show up as the 7-figure version of yourself if you ever want to get there. I was running around, again, that same exact story, and Matt is my boyfriend. And I showed up in a way, I pretended I was from money. I showed up powerfully. I had no money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was in so much credit card debt. I was in over my head, but I still fucking sent myself to EDC on my own dime. I sent myself to Countdown. I sent myself to all of the raves because I knew that if I felt like I could and I showed up as the person who did, I would take steps to become that version of myself. Okay. So, but I'm not saying that you have to break the bank. Okay. I'm saying you should invest in things that are going to help you to become the 7-figure version of yourself. So all of you guys are doing that literally just by being here right now, investing in yourself, getting your body healthy, because if you don't have a healthy vehicle to be able to send yourself about in the world, you can't make any money, right? So you're here doing that, and you're also getting into vibrational alignment, and you're learning the laws of the universe. Okay. So I want you to play the vibrational spending game, which means that I could have that if I wanted to. I could go on that trip if I wanted to. I could do this if I wanted to. I could do that if I wanted to. I could buy this. I could buy that. I could buy this. I could buy that, over and over again in your mind, just showing up like I'm a rich bitch, just having that energy, because that energy attracts all of the people that you need to be able to manifest the money that you want. Okay. You don't know who you are around. You do not know who you are around. So if you are in a low vibrational frequency of energy and someone's walking around and they have a huge opportunity that they're just waiting to find one happy person with a high vibrational frequency to give that job to, or to give that opportunity to, and you're standing there talking to your friend about how poor you are. No, that's not the way that showing up as your highest self works. So this is really about thinking thoughts that feel good. Because if you're thinking thoughts that feel good, you're going to speak words that feel good, which is going to attract people who also understand the laws of the universe. And guess what? People who understand the laws of the universe have opportunities for you. Okay? And we're all just out here living our best lives, speaking into existence all the things that we want. We have to be conscious of what we're saying and how we're showing up. And those two things are afterthoughts of our thoughts. So you have to start speaking to yourself like a rich bitch, okay? You wake up in the morning, what the fuck would 7-figure Christina do? Boom, I go, I work my business, I show up for myself, I show up for you guys, I do all of those things. But imagine if before I even started this business, I said to myself, no one's really gonna wanna do this, I'm so scared. Like, you have to appoint yourself. No one appointed me to be able to do any of this. I appointed myself. I started running around. I'm an online coach before I had one client. This is about you trusting yourself. This is about you appointing yourself, because everyone has the power to appoint themselves and no one is going to appoint you. Okay? You have to appoint yourself. And then you have to show up as the person who has everything that you want. And you have to be happy that you're learning the lessons of the person who has everything that you want. Because if you're running around and you're like, I want this thing, but I feel like I can't have it, you're going to be leaking. Your mind is leaking energy. You're thinking about, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. And then instead of going after and doing the things that you want to do to become the person that you want to be, or to build the business that you want to have, or to get promoted at your job, all you're doing is talking shit to yourself. You're leaking energy. You don't have any time to think about what you want. You don't have any time to speak into existence all of those things. You don't have time to meet the people who can give you everything that you want. You don't have time to meet your soulmate. You don't have time for any of that, because all you're doing is talking shit to yourself. It's not a good look, because then that shit that you're talking to yourself then infiltrates your conversations and you don't even know it, but you are keeping yourself in a vibrational prison and not allowing yourself to be open to receiving. Okay. That's why the art of allowing is so powerful, because if you're not in a state of being able to receive all of the miracles that life has to give you, you're going to stay stuck exactly where you are forever. And you're going to be like, why doesn't anything work out for me? I'm trying so hard and nothing ever works for me. And there's an opportunity right over there. But guess what? That opportunity thinks you're bullshit because you're talking shit to yourself and you're speaking it out loud. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I feel like when I explain it that way, in that very like, you're fucking yourself over energy, that's how I understand it best, because I really like, I need it to be the point to be driven home to me. So all I'm saying is you have to show up as the person who has everything that you want if you want to start having everything that you want. Okay. So in essence, your job is to spend vibrational money. I could have that if I wanted to. The next time someone says something to you like, oh, we should all go do this, that, or the other thing. Like, I'm so excited about this huge, massive vacation that I'm about to take. You should come. Do not dare say, I can't afford it. Why? Can you feel the energy of I can't afford it? That's not a good energy. You don't want to be in that energy. What are you going to say instead? You're going to say, oh my gosh, that's so epic. I'm so excited for you. And then you're going to ask a bunch of questions about it. You're going to be really interested in it, because in that moment, what you're now doing is manifesting your next vacation. Even if you can't afford it right now, per facts, that's fine. You don't have to be able to afford it right now. All you have to do is be the person who, when you can afford it, then gets asked to go on the epic trip, because you're shooting yourself in the foot. You say no one time and that person's not going to ask you again. And if they do, then they're a good friend. But as far as vibrational alignment goes, if you say no to something once in a way that's not in alignment, you're not going to get asked again. That's just the way that the laws of the universe work. Okay. So what do? You show up as your highest self. You show up to the person that could afford to go, but actually you're not going because you're going to something else. That's even better. So you show up as your highest self. You step into your power. You be her. And the next thing you know, after you get that vibrational current going, that vibrational current is going, then next thing you know, this friend who was telling you about that trip now has like some sort of a room someone can't go, right? And guess who's the first to get called? Whoever had the highest vibrational frequency when she asked you if you could go. Does that make sense? I hope so. Drop in the chat if that makes sense, because hit me with it makes sense, or yes, sister, or something, because it's really, really, really powerful. Hell yes. I love it. Okay, good. So when you're in rich bitch energy, rich bitch life, yes, because you are going to get asked to do really amazing things when you start showing up as the person who deserves to go on that trip. Period. That's just the way that it works. Okay. So stop being a low vibrational frequency, negative Nancy. And that's what I say to myself. Is when I think to myself, oh my gosh, like this, that, or the other thing, something's not going good. You have to feel the energy of the person who's going. You're going. Whatever. Like, it's cool. Like, it's not set in stone. No one's gonna, literally, the police are not gonna come and be like, oh, you said that you were doing this, that, or the other thing, and now you really have to go to this thing. You don't even have to say that you want to go to the thing. You just have to be in a vibrational frequency of receiving. You just have to be the person who other people want to be around. No one wants to be around the person that says, I can't afford it. It's just not a vibe. Because low vibrational frequency, right? If you want something that's up here and you're vibrating down here, you can't have the thing that's up here. You got to raise your frequency. You got to be up here, because that's a vibrational match. And then you're going to be able to manifest everything that you want. You're going to meet the people that you need to meet. You're going to be able to do the things that you want to do. You're going to be open to receiving all of the things that you want in your life. Oh, fuck yeah, it did. I needed to hear it. I'm loving it. So good. The money tongue emoji is my new favorite. It's the rich bitch energy for us. It makes sense. So good. Okay, perfect. So with all that being said, we're going to do a quick 2-minute meditation. Okay. So ground down into your sitting bones, get tall through your spine, and close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now visualize a pure white sparkly room with nothing in it but you. And you are dripping in diamonds. Your hair has been professionally done. Your makeup artist is waiting in the wings to give you a touch-up if you need it. This is, in essence, this heavenly, like, photo shoot, white-walled area that you're just in, and your favorite music is playing, and you have everything that you need and so much more. And again, you're dripping in diamonds. And you take your phone out of your flashy as fuck pocket, and you open up your banking app. I want you to visualize a number that feels very, very vibrationally charged and powerful for you For me, that number is 22K. I really like the number 22,000. And so your checking account literally has 2 in it right now, or whatever that number is for you. You can use sevens, you can use whatever the fuck number you want, and visualize your checking account with that amount in it. Breathe in, breathe out. How does it feel? If you've been conditioned to believe that that can never happen, you probably feel like, oh my gosh, that's very intense. Like that'll never happen to me. And guess what you're doing right now in this moment is canceling your fucking manifestation. So you have to change the script of your mind. Now, you see that beautiful number and it makes you feel so good. It's what I call overflow. Overflow is when you can pay all of your bills and then you have overflow money, additional money to do whatever you want. Okay. So now I want you to go to your investment app. I use Fidelity. I also really like Schwab. And you're going to move some of that money into investments, moving it over, picking your favorite stocks, ones that you think are going to go to the moon. And then you're going to move some of that money into Voyager or Coinbase and invest in some cryptocurrency. I always recommend investing whatever you can lose in cryptocurrency. Any money that you're like, if I lost all of this, I would be fine. That money goes straight into cryptocurrency. Breathe in, breathe out. What does it feel like to vibrationally spend this money? Let it feel good. Let it feel freeing. Let yourself suspend your disbelief. And I want you to practice this meditation of visualizing that number in your bank account every single day, and let the number get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every single day. And whenever the fear-based thought pattern and system of belief and story tries to tell you that's not possible for me, I want you to nip that shit in the butt, because it is law. If you believe that you can receive, you will. It's only a matter of time. Now that you're showing up as the person who has everything that she wants, you will get everything that you want. It is law. Breathe in. Breathe out. Blink your eyes open. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to give Jen the floor now. Jen, my love, pop your screen on. Let us see you. We really enjoyed your Mortgage Monday today. That was amazing.
Oh, thanks. They're long, but hey, I really get excited about numbers. So that's my thing.
So good. So I'm going to stop you right now. And I'm going to say, when someone compliments you on something, do not say, oh, it's long. Because now everyone's going to be like, oh, it's long. I'm not going to watch that. Right? What are you, how are you in essence saying something that is going to bring your vibrational frequency down? And we all do it. And you guys probably watch me do it all the time, right? Because we're human. And so I'm just calling you out because it was an easy example, but we all do this.
That's okay. I appreciate that. So anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Jen and I'm a mortgage loan officer. I'm also a college dropout. I went to college for maybe one semester. And I don't like to brag about the money that I make, but I do make a lot of money, especially for somebody who never went to college. And I work with, I don't know, a bunch of 50-year-old men. So yeah, rich white men are prevalent in my industry, but I am not a rich white male. I am a minority. I'm a college dropout. And if I can do this, you can definitely do this. Let's see. So what I actually do, so I help people finance homes. What that means is I help you with the money aspect. So when you want to buy a house, you obviously need money to do so. Most people don't have the cash, so that's where I come in. I'm not a realtor, so I don't actually go out looking with you or any of that. I'm actually your first step in the process. So you would come to me and I would tell you what you can afford. Or if you're not there yet, I would actually tell you what you can do to make your situation better. And then I would refer you to a realtor with your budget that I gave you essentially. A lot of people ask me how I got this job, and the short answer is I literally chased, this high up manager. And one day I kept emailing him. He wasn't returning my calls. One day I was like, hey, I have Wednesday off. I'm coming to your office. And he took a chance on me when I was 21, 22, and it worked out from there.
So the lesson in that is to be relentless. Be relentless and appoint yourself, because Jen is fucking relentless. And she was like, listen, man, I'm going to make you a fuck ton of money. Basically, in essence, was her vibrational frequency. When she walked in there, you bet your ass, Jen was like, I'm a rich bitch. Let's get it. And she got the job because she showed up and she stood in her power and she did what she needed to do to get what she wanted. No one appointed her. She appointed herself.
So when I went to talk to this man in his presidential suite, you know, I was literally, Christina knows, my parents never owned a home. I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment my whole life until I was like 21. I shared a bedroom with my sister when I went to this interview, like had a twin bed. I didn't even have a queen bed. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's fake it till you make it. And, you know, every person is a client, and that's a huge lesson that I can give you. I look at everyone the same. Everyone's going to buy from me and do business with me. Whether it's now or later, that's a matter of time. So I know a lot of your business owners are, you know, launching your own companies, and, you know, don't be afraid and look at everyone as a client, because everyone can be your client no matter what. Even if you get 100 no's, you're going to get that one yes, and it's going to make everything worth it. So yeah, that's enough about me. I did want to get into a little bit about the practicalities of my work and how I can help you with a few tips. So if you are self-employed, meaning you are not a W-2 employee, one thing I can tell you is when you go and file your taxes with your accountant wants to save you money and avoid paying taxes, but that's not going to help you when you go buy a house. We're looking at your gross income, and if there's a ton of deductions on there, we're not going to use that. So if you're losing money, we can't use the income that's not on your tax returns. So try to show as much income as you can, even if you're taking payment in cash. You want to keep all those receipts and then show it as income if you're planning to buy a house, which I mean, I'm guessing everyone is. So, and we look at 2 years. So we take a 24-month average of your income. So it's not like a quick fix. You want to make sure that you have that consistency and that trend showing numbers going in the right direction, meaning you're doing more sales and taking more money home. Yeah.
I love that. And that actually reminds me to talk about the higher lows. The stock market, as it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and you continue to send yourself upwards, the better that you're doing, the better that you're doing. There's still those candles in the stock market that kind of go a little bit lower. Like there's red candles. There's days that stock didn't do well, right? So those in essence are your higher lows. So when you're having a higher low and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I totally fucked up and I said the wrong thing to this person that I should have said the right thing to, and now I'm never going to get invited to anything ever again. Do not go there, right? Detour, come back right away, continue to send upwards, because we are all about growth. This sisterhood, I'm so freaking excited that Jen is here to talk about this. And if you have something that you want to share with the group, please reach out to me and let me know, because I want you guys to be able to empower each other in so many ways. And I'm just so grateful that Jen, you showed up and you were like, I want to talk about this because this is important and everybody needs to know this. And if we are not getting into real estate, we are fucking stupid.
Look at the numbers. I mean, everyone is up like 51% in the past few years. It's insane. But coming back to like the whole thing, when it rains, it pours. This can be good or bad. I mean, you know, don't let that bad month get to you. Keep going. You're going to have those huge months. I mean, sometimes I close 0 loans, okay? And sometimes I close freaking 7 million.
You closed 2 today?
I got 2 today, yeah. So that it's like the upward spiral that we talk about. Like, just whenever you get that low, move on and focus on getting that next deal, that next client, and you'll get it. When you get one client, you're going to get another and another and another, because that's how it works.
It's energy. It's the law of attraction. It is law.
Well, I like that. Perfect.
I love it. And I love you. So I want to ask you a question. So when you first meet someone and you had said, like, you feel like everyone is a client, right? So what is your elevator pitch? If I was to meet you in an elevator.
Okay. If I met you well, first of all, you want to tell everybody what you do. So like, I wasn't allowed to at my old company, and it really set my business back. My business grew, but just through clientele that I already had. So you want to make sure that everybody knows what you do. Like, I'm the mortgage girl. If you have any mortgage questions, rental questions, I'm your girl. So I would say, hey, Christina, how are you? Crazy market. Have you been following? And usually people have something to say about the housing market. I mean, it's just inevitable. So that's how I would start, is simple conversations. And the client usually opens up by saying, I don't know, I rent, I'm not following. And I would be like, oh my God, do you like burning your money? That's what you're doing if you're renting.
Yeah.
So if you're renting, my thing is like, you might as well grab your dollar bills, burn them, because you're never going to get that money back. So it just depends on how we spark the conversation, I guess.
I love that. And I feel like that's so usable. Like everyone on this call, like next time you meet someone, ask a question to them, find out about them. And then from what you find out about them, then they'll ask you something about you, or you can spiral off of whatever they're saying. That's huge. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, everyone's a client, but not everyone's going to be the same. So, you know, you do want to tailor yourself to different clients. Like my wicked high-end clients, you know, I don't swear, super professional via emails. And you have clients who you can just be yourself with. And, you know, that's great. Everybody's going to send you even more clients.
Yes. So good, Jen. Thank you so much.